Hey team, this is Thomas and Tyler. I'm going to do a short video here about our experience with national parks. When our kids were young, they weren't begging us to go to Disney or a fancy resort. Nope, they wanted wide open spaces and rocks to climb. I still remember my own childhood trips to Arches National Park, Yellowstone, White Sands, Mesa Verde, and the Grand Tetons. My parents were frugal at the time, and I now realize money was tight. That's why our vacations were road trips to national parks. And honestly, those are the memories that stuck. For that reason, those fond memories are the genesis for our decision to use national parks as a foundation for our family vacations. So, in the summer of 2007, when the boys were just 10, 8, 6, and 4, we followed in my parents' footsteps. We commenced on a 7-day road trip that checked many of my childhood memories. Mesa Verde, Yellowstone, Devil's Tower, Little Bighorn, and Mount Rushmore. It was such a hit and so affordable that we tried the same formula that winter. We hit Canyon de Chelly in Arizona, Monument Valley, Canyonlands, Arches, and back again through Mesa Verde.
And the boys loved it. They could run and climb and hike and turn all that boyish energy into lifelong memories. Over the next 10 years, we followed this playbook and hit every national park west of the Mississippi, except for 3 in Washington State. Later, as the kids got older, candidly, we shifted into cruises and beach trips. But to this day, they still talk about those national park adventures, and that makes me smile because they were not only unforgettable, but also affordable.
So, if this video sparks your interest, and if you're thinking about a national park vacation, we're going to give you some pro tips so that you can make it memorable for your family as well without breaking the bank. Number 1, plan in advance. As you know, I'm a planner, so this was easy for me. But you want to book your national park lodge 9 or 10 months in advance if possible. Number 2, as mentioned, if possible, stay in the official park lodge. Always book through the National Park Service website, not any outside hotel sites. This has become increasingly tricky, I've noticed, as we've seen a proliferation of websites that mimic the National Park Service website. So you might think you're on the NPS site, so you're really not. So be mindful of that occurrence.
And number 3, if the park is big, book more than one lodge. That avoids long drives within the park. It's particularly important in Yellowstone as it is such a large park, and the speed limit is limited with construction and bison jams and restrictive speed zones.
I do remember those bison jams, don't you?
They were wonderful.
Number 4, consider camping. You know, this was never our gig, but for some families, it's a great choice. Pam always wanted to sleep in a hotel and not in a tent. But listen, for some people, it's a great option. It's definitely the cheapest, but it's not for everyone. Number 5, know the exceptions and do your research. Some of these lodges are quite pricey. For example, El Tovar in the Grand Canyon South Rim is very expensive. It's between $240 and $1,000 a night, depending upon the room size and the time of year. There are some other cheaper options on the South Rim of the Grand Canyon. You know, depending on what you're looking for, you can price that accordingly.
And number 6, be sure and leave early. We typically started our road trips at 2 and 3 a.m. so the boys could sleep and they would wake up to breakfast in Amarillo. This made the trip easier and allowed us to maximize the time at the park. Be sure and hit the visitor center first. You get in line to visit with the ranger at the front desk and ask about road closures, construction, and hiking recommendations. Use this dialogue to establish your schedule for the park and how long you're going to be there. This is your best information on hikes and activities as well. And number 8, sign up for Junior Ranger at each park. Some of our boys liked this and some didn't. And for those that did, it was fun and educational. And 9, take a ranger-led hike. These are often free and informative and ask lots of questions.
Yeah, we had a lot of hits with those ranger-led hikes, as I recall. Number 10, consider hiring a guide for special, hard-to-access spots. We often sought out unique gems that were sometimes quite challenging outside of the park. One of our favorite memories, for instance, was hiring a local Navajo guide to take us through a dry slot canyon called Peekaboo in the Escalante region of Utah. It was even during the winter. So we followed him single file, post-holing through the snow to find this remote, beautiful canyon that was breathtaking. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Kids still talk about that. Number 11, hey, buy the annual pass. For $80, it covers entry into every park in the system, including the monuments. If you're gonna visit more than 3 parks in a 12-month period, hey, this saves you money. Number 12, look for free days. Each year, the National Park Service announces a smattering of dates that are free without entrance fees. Now, I would caution you, this might work against you, particularly if the crowds swell on those dates, thus preventing your ideal enjoyment. So you have to kind of weigh that.
And for the kids, number 13, get a national park passport. It was a big hit with our boys, as each national park and monument has a special stamp for them, and they collected the stamps in their book. It created lifelong memories, and sometimes we would just do a drive-by to a minor monument just to collect the stamp. And finally, check for required reservations. Many parks now require advanced timed reservations, so you have to arrive at a certain time at the park. So you have to have some advanced planning, but the payoff is worth it.
Yeah, that's something we didn't have to worry about at the time whenever we were doing this timed entry shenanigan wasn't taking place. So that's something that's kind of different for you. Listen, Pam and I have been to Zion over 14 times, Zion National Park in Utah. We've been to Yellowstone 6 times. These are without question our 2 favorites, and we can go there time and time again, and we never get tired of it. I still remember Bryce Canyon in the winter. Do you remember that?
I do.
It was breathtakingly beautiful. Those snow-capped hoodoos are stunning. Team, our national parks are not only beautiful, they are so accessible. They're affordable and filled with adventures and memories just waiting to be made. I hope this video inspires you, as it did us, to consider a national park for your next family trip. Hey, and listen, if you have a story or a favorite park, we'd love to hear about it. In the meantime, if you need more information, be sure to check out my blog on my website. If you need an itinerary, hit me up. I've got time, I can do that for you. Team, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.